As the Demon Slayer saga slowly edges towards its conclusion, we weebs have been blessed with the beautiful Infinity Castle movie, which happens to signal the start of my second favorite arc in the entire series. The film itself was fun, but I was too distracted by this loud group of youngins in front of me to enjoy it fully. They were loudly stating the obvious and recapping the events that played out on screen mere seconds ago, and I was ready to hit them with the Karen no Jutsu by complaining to the theater staff when their words caught my attention. One of the brats asked his friends when Upper Moon 1 would join the fight, and the gears in my head started turning. Throughout the fandom, anime-only fans have been anticipating the hype around the monstrous Kokushibo and the role he would play in the final showdown in Demon Slayer. Just then, a flash of creativity hit me, and I started thinking about whether Upper Moon 1 Kokushibo could defeat all of the Hashira alone. Safe to say, the rest of the movie was spent eagerly wiggling in my seat and chomping down on some caramel popcorn, waiting to get home so I could start brainstorming. There is a lot of concealed brutality under the seemingly simple face of Demon Slayer, with a fun power scaling system in place. Muzan's upper moons are not merely strong demons, but rather extinction-level threats on their own. One can imagine what makes Kokushibo essentially the most powerful demon after Muzan himself. While the Hashira are elite warriors, simply working together to bring Kokushibo down does not guarantee victory. For the sake of this video, we will be putting all the current era Hashira against Upper Moon 1 Kokushibo, with no plot armor or narrative mercy. This is not just a breakdown of strength, but a conceptual scenario of each side's limits. With all that out of the way, let's get right to it. First, let's talk about Upper Moon 1 Kokushibo. Aside from an incredibly cool character design, Kokushibo houses immense power and skills honed over his 5-century lifespan. The former Demon Slayer turned demon is a master of moon breathing, a byproduct of his twin's sun breathing technique. In addition to that, Kokushibo also possesses the ability to use transparent world, selfless state, and see-through world awareness, making him a beast at perception. As one of the most powerful Demon Slayers of all time, he possesses extraordinary swordsmanship with the added benefit of demonic regeneration, making him a well-rounded catastrophe on every battlefield. Lastly, Kokushibo has the edge of a cool, collected demeanor, preventing rash decision-making that would risk defeat. So how does the Hashira hold up against such a monstrous enemy? To keep it clean and simple, I will be dividing the Hashira into their respective combat roles that I thought up during a particularly fun maladaptive daydreaming session. Let's get the destructive powerhouses and first line of offense out of the way. This 3-man team consists of Gyomei, Sanemi, and Muichiro. Gyomei is canonically stated to be the strongest Hashira in the Corps, even earning the respect from Kokushibo himself, which comes as no surprise. He has trained his body to the peak of human capabilities, putting him in a league of his own. As for Sanemi, he is an incredibly powerful, aggressive, and unpredictable fighter, making him an easy choice for the main force alongside Gyomei and Muichiro. Speaking of Muichiro, the Mist Hashira is a force to be reckoned with due to his speed and potential, practically engaging other upper moons without breaking a sweat, so he was also an easy pick. Next up, we have the technical combat specialists, who use their brains while dishing out the brawn. This team consists of Giyu, Obanai, and Mitsuri. In addition to being badass seasoned fighters, they possess unique feats that give them an edge over pure muscle on the battlefield. For our beloved water Hashira, Giyu, that is his immaculate reaction speed and defensive capabilities. He has mastered his breathing style and will give any enemy a hard time. Besides being highly adaptable to versatile combat conditions, Obanai always strikes to end the battle with the utmost precision. Lastly, Mitsuri is also a flexible fighter with the added benefit of long range. The final lineup is the support and utility team, comprising Rengoku, Shinobu, and Tengen. They each possess powerful feats that make them an incredible backup force. Not to say that they're weak by any means. Rengoku is a beast under pressure, with high morale during stretched out battles and consistency to go hand in hand with it. As for Shinobu, she has the poison abilities and the speed, but she can be too fragile to be on the front lines. Finally, Tengoku is a master at tactical combat, good for distractions with his explosives and AoE attacks covering large areas. So the Hashira cover all combat roles as a team, but none of them are designed to individually face someone like Kokushibo. Luckily, they may stand a chance as a team. Which brings us to our next section, where we compare the raw capabilities of the Hashira against Kokushibo. When it comes to speed, Kokushibo undoubtedly blitzes past all of the marked Hashira, with unseen attacks bombarding them from non-Euclidean angles. Simply put, the reaction time of the elite Hashira is no match for Kokushibo's wild attack patterns. Next up is the raw strength comparison, and this also goes to Upper Moon 1. Brute force is not what makes either side so elite, but it is still barely a competition. Gyomei would be able to match Kokushibo in strength, but his power would eventually wane as the battle draws out. Lastly, let's talk about how absurdly durable Kokushibo is, since he has demonic regeneration abilities. There is no way for the Hashira to gain an edge in this department, since all of their injuries would compound, while Kokushibo could simply reset his injuries in the middle of the battle. Keeping all of that in mind, all of the Hashira combined would have a tough time against Upper Moon 1, let alone individually in terms of raw stats. However, a battle is not about who can make the other side submit with the most powerful knuckle sandwich. Strategy is just as important as a clean hit to the kisser. Kokushibo has centuries of combat experience lined up as both a demon and a demon slayer. He has taken the lives of multiple marked users, which speaks volumes about his strength. As for the Hashira, they represent the peak of a declining era, and none of them have had exposure to true upper moons like Kokushibo. So, Upper Moon 1 adapts in real time during the fight, while the Hashira struggle to figure out how to counter his massive arsenal of tricks and techniques. Therefore, while the Hashira may be masters of their combat technique and breathing styles, Kokushibo represents a historical endpoint for countless seasoned fighters. Next up, let's talk about the Hashira's special abilities, like the Awakened Demon Slayer's Mark. The mark boosts all stats like speed, durability, and strength massively, which comes in handy when you put 9 Awakened Hashira against a single enemy. Moreover, Red Blade is a powerful tool that negates regeneration, giving them another edge against Upper Moon 1. Furthermore, Transparent World unlocks Hacks mode with its extraordinary perception, allowing for predictive combat. Nobody can deny that these bonuses need to be credited to the Hashira against such a formidable foe. While I would also enjoy huffing copium straight out of the bottle, the truth is that these feats fall short against someone like Kokushibo. Let's get the easiest point out of the way, which is that Kokushibo also has Transparent World, so that advantage cancels itself out. Also, it should be noted that he has faced multiple marked demon slayers in the past, as backed by canon lore. And that means that he is familiar with the mechanics of the Red Blade, so his adaptable fighting style would allow him to steer clear of it. Canonically, the Hashira unlock their abilities mid-fight and not instantly. Against such a powerful enemy, even the learning curve can cost them their lives. In short, the tool to take down Upper Moon 1 exists, but the time does not. As I mentioned earlier, the Hashira have trained to have immense stamina and skills, but they are human at the end of the day. That means that their energy stores and mental prowess fade across all elongated period of time. They will bleed, get tired, and their counterattacks will get slower. While all of this is playing out, Kokushibo will regenerate and refocus until victory is in his clutches, because even fatal wounds would not be enough to end a fight against him. On that note, the entire battle becomes a game of numbers, where every Hashira taken care of indicates weakened resources and coordination. It's not really a matter of the strongest Hashira falling, but rather a domino effect triggered by a single Hashira falling. Lastly, let's talk about my least favorite section as a delusional weeb, the canon reality of the matter. As much as we love to play make-believe on this channel, we have to respect the creator and the fantastic immersive universe that they have created for us to enjoy. For anime-only viewers, this part will contain spoilers, but seeing as you are already watching one of my videos, you have already signed off on that. Canonically, Kokushibo required the combined effort of multiple top-tier Hashira in the awakened forms, complete with their red blades and tip-top shape. Even then, the battle became a moving montage of self-sacrifice, terrible battle conditions, and guaranteed deaths. The victory against Kokushibo was attained at great cost, inflicting detrimental numbers on the Hashira. When you consider all of that and remove the plot convenience, the odds exacerbate with a Hashira. Therefore, it is safe to say that not a single Hashira walks away clean, if at all. Having talked about all of that, let's ask ourselves the question: could Upper Moon 1 Kokushibo defeat all the Hashira alone? The honest short answer? Yes, but it would not be a clean fight. To elaborate, Kokushibo wins due to his attrition, centuries of experience in combat, demonic regeneration abilities, and his tactical superiority. While the Hashira combined can definitely damage him and push him to his limits, they do not hold a candle to Kokushibo's power in a battle of endurance. The Hashira would have a fair chance at victory if it were a war, but in a single drawn-out battle, Kokushibo walks away alone after a massacre. Because at the end of the day, this is not a comparison of who hits the hardest, but who lasts longer. Even if all of the Hashira try to push Kokushibo to his limits are exactly what he no longer has. Well, that wraps up today's video, putting Upper Moon 1 against all of the Hashira. I hope you enjoyed the video and do comment down below which Hashira is your favorite, or if you would switch their combat roles for my lineup. Lastly, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. If you don't, I will find out where you live and sign you up for decades of spam mail.